Nick Clegg has obviously lost his way a bit. Some nice chickens on the fence. Oh, and a sheep coming to say hello. 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 Okay, I'll leave you alone. I have a feeling you're going to follow me. But anyway, yeah. Cool little chickens making weird noises. Right, so this is my first time trying to make a vlog. I was hoping to get some really beautiful scenery. It's been really nice. Had a little heat wave recently. And instead it's kind of overcast and stormy, although a nice break from the storm currently. And it is nice scenery, but not the mountainous stuff I was hoping for, although that is beautiful over there. So hopefully this is actually recording. I have no idea. Yeah, so I haven't eaten. I've almost done half the walk already. I was just trying to find a nice place to sit and eat because I haven't really eaten anything yet today before trying to start this vlog. And yeah, I've not found anywhere, so I've got this nice little rock pile to sit on with lots of lovely poo everywhere, which is nice. And I've just been eating dried mango, and it's just, oh my god, it's like the best thing I've ever eaten. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, so I'm not going to say much before I start eating. I've got some chicken wings. Sorry, my hopefully future vegan self. But I'm sure they're going to be lovely. Probably the best thing I've ever eaten right now. And yeah, then I'll explain, I guess, probably only to my future self again, why I'm doing this and yeah, what I hope to achieve. And the value I hope I can give to somebody, anybody, like in the same way that other people, other vloggers once gave me value a long time ago, I guess, and more recently by sharing parts of their life that were relevant to me and made me feel less isolated. But anyway, now I'm going to eat some chicken wings. Right, just get the little gimbal working, which is probably completely unnecessary. Right, so check there's no one around because this still embarrasses me incredibly. So hopefully, let me just see kind of what you can see. Yeah, so I realised the other video I took is just kind of like an upnose shot of me constantly. So yeah, I'm going to try and not do that in the future. Yeah, so I guess I'm doing this because I feel like I have value to give people that I'm not going to be able to do through my work. And yeah, when I was going through difficult times, I'm probably also going to have to stop this and check the map very soon. But yeah, when I was going through difficult times, especially when I was younger, but also more recently, but like it was definitely more of a special value when I was younger. You know, I'd find people on YouTube that were perhaps a bit older than me, but not much older, and they'd obviously gone through some hard times. So I hope at some point I get to walk so that you can see all of that. But yeah, so yeah, the people had or perhaps they didn't necessarily speak about having gone through hard times, but they cared. They were very introspective, and they cared about their experience of the world and other people's experience, and they like to talk about that. And I felt very isolated, probably through my own doing. I think there were people around me that I could have had conversations with about these things, and that would have been really nice. But for whatever reason, anxiety and depression and all of that good fun stuff, I was led to quick check again. No one's looking. I was led to what was I saying? I kind of isolate myself and distance myself from other people, and also didn't really talk about these things much with other people until like later. But after this critical point, and so just being able to listen to these people that obviously wasn't a dialogue because just watching a video of them. However, it almost felt like a dialogue because they would have similar thoughts to me, and then they would discuss that. So it was almost as if I would say something to them, it's just they would say it themselves, and so it was just comforting having other people in my life, even though I wasn't in their lives, I suppose, who cared about these things, because it felt like most people didn't, and that led to me being very isolated. Anyway, this is kind of like a therapy session for myself, I suppose, which is fine. It won't all be like that. I guess in the future I want to use this. I will generally be hiking or something similar, wild camping and stuff, when I do these. But what's this sign saying? But I'm not. I guess like cattle in field. I should probably just check now. I'll try and remember what I was talking about, and I'll just check now. That nice reservoir. Check now this is the right way. Well, that won't be all I do. I will hopefully at some point there'll be some interesting content about maybe science, philosophy, that sort of stuff, politics. Anyway, always hiking videos. I think that'll be my thing. It's like I'll be doing a hike whilst talking about these other things, rather than like talking about hiking whilst hiking, because there's a lot of that. And it's not what I want to do anyway. So, eyeing me up there. Don't know if you can see that horned guy. So reason one was the kind of therapeutic thing for me to begin with. Maybe forever. And then function two is that I feel like I have value to give people through doing this. If anyone actually ever watches this, because when I was younger and more recently going through times I was finding difficult, subjectively hard times, and lots of people have had harder times, I'm sure. But especially when I was younger, I felt very isolated. I felt almost like an alien, like no one else was like me. Like they didn't have the same thoughts as me. They didn't see the world in a similar way. These sorts of things, and for me, actually probably the first thing that I consumed and realised, there's people that care about the world and relationships in the world, not just relationships between people, but hierarchical structures and the relationships at all the different levels and between levels. And so the first thing was hip hop, I guess, but then I'm not going to be a hip hop guy, obviously. So I figured I'd do YouTube, which was maybe the next, wasn't the first, but it was probably the biggest influence for me. Also getting slightly anxious now because there could definitely be a lot of people down there. It's a nice farm building. Let me just check that it's still recording. Yes, it is. Hopefully there's some kind of thing that warns me about battery. I don't know. But yeah, these YouTubers, this is so much more rambly than the first time I did it. So they would, you know, they'd be people. They'd be introspective people. They'd think deeply about things, and they'd just kind of monologue about their lives and their experiences. And that to me, that was you know, the thing that stopped me feeling so isolated. I felt like there were, you know, I felt like in some sense, not entirely, but in some sense, I'd found my people, or at least like they're actually people to some degree similar to me out there. I think this is probably way too, you know, I had friends who were also like this, but I guess I kind of isolated myself from them. So for yeah, like anxiety, depression, that sort of stuff, and so it's hard to, well, and we did talk about some deep things like politics, but I guess we could have spoken about more. Well, we were teenage boys, so I guess it was difficult. There was no. Anyway, that's completely getting off topic. Yeah, people on YouTube were incredible help. I'm actually going to stop this now. But I hope that I can be, by just kind of talking about things, in the future, hopefully going beyond talking about my life. What's the chicken? Can you see the chicken? Yeah, hopefully go beyond talking about my life, talking about like my work in science and other like interesting observations. Well, interesting to me. Hello. Interesting to me, and hopefully interesting to someone else, or at least valuable to someone else. Anyway, I'm going to stop this and resume this later when I feel less anxious about other people listening. Some nice chickens on the fence. Oh, and a sheep going to say hello. 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 Okay, I'll leave you alone. I have a feeling you're going to follow me. But anyway, yeah. Cool little chickens making weird noises. Right. Oh, wrong side. Turn on the gimbal. Which, no, not that side. There we go. The gimbal, which is probably entirely unnecessary. But, yeah, some more sheep. So that sheep, I've got the farmer. And that sheep was called Mr. Trimble. It likes visitors a lot, apparently. He'll try and stop that. This is a very, very muscly, friendly cat. And yeah, I think the farmer was a bit protective over their land. Perhaps they told me, shouted at me to stop going the way I want. Anyway, that's what I get for, I guess, mindlessly following an all trails map, which had some ridiculous bit where you like just walk for a while and then turn back on yourself, and there wasn't anything nice to see, so it was like, yeah, maybe it was the pointless thing to be going in that direction. Anyway, yeah, it's hard. I hope one day I can be, well, is it important to be charismatic? I don't know. Maybe the people that gave me value, they weren't charismatic. They were very like droll and kind of like they would talk like this and be talking about deep thoughts. They probably thought they were far more deep than they are, as I probably think I'm far more deep than I am. And then yeah, being charismatic can be obnoxious. Anyway, yeah. So I want to maybe give value to some people. You know, if 10 people watch some of my videos and get a sense of a sense of what I got value, someone's feeling isolated and they see this video and they realise I don't know, maybe I'm similar to them in ways that most other people in the world aren't, and that will provide them with some comfort and allow them to be who they want to be more, which is what I wish I could have. I mean, part of my problem was I didn't know what I wanted to be. Still my problem, even though I'm almost 30. Still don't know what I want to do, really. But yeah, I wish that I was. I wish when I was younger I could just be myself. That would be what I would. That'd be the one thing if I could go back and change the code of my brain. I would just be like, okay, change the line which says you feel too insecure to pursue what you want to pursue and be yourself. And so I changed that, and then probably I'd also change the line which allowed me to be addicted to things very easily and to sit at home all day playing video games rather than exploring things, whether that be exploring the physical world or like abstract intellectual things, or arts, which I didn't really explore all that much, unfortunately. Potentially hear voices. Might stop this if someone comes close. Oh, fucking hell. That made me jump. So on edge about people. I mean, yeah, obviously, there's still some slight inability to completely be myself. I'm so concerned with people seeing me talk to myself, talking to a camera as I walk along alone, maybe thinking I'm crazy. I don't know. Probably most people won't think I'm crazy. They'll just think I'm like, I don't know, trying to make money, vlogging or something. Anyway, God, it's just rambling a lot. No, I don't think I'm going to edit this. But this is very beautiful, isn't it? I mean, it's not mountains, but it's still very beautiful. So I had my transfer report, my transfer exam yesterday, which allows me to move to my final 2 years of PhD. And so I've spent a lot of time recently. Wow. The last week just not being able to sleep at all, so I feel like a complete zombie the whole time. Not really done much of anything, which has been kind of horrible, but it's things could be much worse, so I'm very grateful still. And then before that, I've been doing quite a lot of work, so I spend all day pretty much either in a little private library room all alone, or in a big library hall with lots of other people, but obviously everyone's alone and isolated there. And yeah, so this to me, this is like heaven, just farmers' fields. It's like, this is amazing. Yeah, and so recently I have started to actually go. Well, this is only the second solo trip I've done. This is not really, I couldn't really call this a hike. It's more just a walk. There's been lots of road walking, as you can see. Yeah, but I went. I'm actually in Ilkley. Well, I'm just north of Ilkley today. Last weekend, I went to South Ilkley, so Rombold Moor, and that's amazing. The ferns there. It's like being, I don't know. I guess I have some kid. I didn't particularly like Jurassic Park, but no, as in I did like it, but I wasn't obsessed with it as a kid. But maybe it's from that. But whenever I'm surrounded by thick, tall, dense ferns, there's something about it I just love. It feels dinosaur-y, and yeah, it's really nice. So that was really cool. I wish that I had done this vlog then, but that's fine. I'll do more. We'll go back there because it's quite easy to get to from Leeds, where I live. Yeah, hopefully I'll go to other places as well, but I don't have a car, so solo trips are limited somewhat. but I mean, there's still lots to explore. Look at, like, you know, all the places you could just walk around here, and around Rombold Moor, like loads of different routes you can take. And then, yeah, you can also take like hour-and-a-half train to Peak District, which is probably one of the nicer places in England. So that's like, it's amazing. It's so close. But yeah, not today because I got up so late because, like a zombie, couldn't sleep. So I just sort of got up, zombied out for a bit still, and then jumped on a train. Went to Elkley, didn't have time to do a longer trip. But anyway, it's still really nice, beautiful, amazing. And yeah, so in case anyone ever watches this, or for my future self, so I can look back and kind of like facepalm at the money that I spent on it. But yeah, so I've actually been toying with the idea of vlogging for a couple of years, and yeah, I've kind of always been like, oh no, it's just a fad. I've had, you know, a fair few fads in my life where I really want to do something. I'll buy stuff for it, and then get kind of bored of it very quickly. But this has been, or I really want to do something, and then I don't buy anything, and then I'm just like, okay, I'm bored anyway. I'm glad I didn't buy anything. So I was concerned that this would be the same, but I wanted to do it for a while. So I actually bought a new phone, so I could use the camera, and my phone was breaking anyway. That was the first time I've ever bought an expensive phone. So Samsung S20 FE 5G, and it seems like it's doing exactly what I hoped. So yeah, I got it on contract, and it works out like really good value if I was going to have to buy a camera anyway. And yeah, anyway, going through a little village now, so I'm gonna come back to that. But yeah, see you soon. Right, so it looks way less impressive on camera. But anyway, yeah, so I believe this is Rombold's Moor, which I did last weekend, and I think you go like something like I'm not 100% sure, maybe like up here, then around, and then like around the back or the top kind of, and then down here. Anyway, yeah, that was really nice. What's the zoom like on this? Oh, it's alright. The image stabilization is pretty cool actually, and this is 4K 60 instead of 4K 30, which means you only get you don't get electronic image stabilization. You get only OIS, which I think is like objective or something. I think, I can't remember, to be honest. But yeah, so I would say the one bad thing, just hold it like this. Oh, this video is going to be upside down compared to the rest, fuck's sake. The only bad thing is that, about this phone, is that 4K 60, for some reason, there's no option to save it to the SD card. Only to the internal phone storage, which means that if ever I want to record more than like an hour or two of footage, which I foresee in the future wanting to do that, then it's not going to be 4K 60, which maybe that's not really an issue, but like, I don't know, it feels disappointing that this has 4K 60, that you can't save it to SD card, which I didn't realise. And yeah, hopefully there's a way to kind of hack around that. Maybe if I root the phone, but can you do that if you have a contract? I don't know. But hopefully there's some kind of app which allows you to hack around that. I'm not sure why. As long as the SD card has I'm holding this in my hand now, not the gimbal, so probably terrible. Although it'd be a good test of the stabilization. What was I saying? Well, hopefully there's an app which allows you. Oh yeah, like the SD card. You know, as long as it has a high enough write speed, then yeah, you should be able to do that. Do it away. Oh, people, stop talking now. Right, so this is like incredibly affluent, this area. Didn't realise Oakley was quite like this. But yeah, that is amazing. Despite my voice, I do not come from affluence. So yeah, I don't know. I'll delete that bit. Anyway, this is probably didn't get that much footage overall. I was hoping to say a bit more, I guess, but as ever, the walk seems to take a lot less time than All Trails says. Maybe I should start putting more time on. The problem is I just always choose last minute to go and do a walk. So, but yeah, anyway, goodbye and see you next time. Oh, right. So, yeah, I just want to test this in darker lighting, see what it's like. I'm pretty pleased with the video so far. As in, like, you know, quality of the camera, not my content. But it does feel quite nice. Feels natural in a way, and nice to be vlogging. I think it could be, you know, especially now when, like, my lab still won't be opening until next year, and so wow, these steps are crazy. And so it's yeah, very isolating, and this feels like a very poor, probably in the long run, but useful for now. You know, replacement substitute. Feels almost like I can maybe keep up my socialising ability, because I tend to God, where am I going? I'm just in some random woods now. Yeah, I tend to get you know, for whatever reason my social anxiety comes back very quickly when I spend a lot of time alone, and so I think this will be helpful for when I am, you know, necessarily alone, to be able to talk to something. Okay, but goodbye. I probably will try the wide angle, see what that's like, and then hopefully that'll be it, and I might be dead, and this will be the last thing you ever see of me, which would be, I don't know, at least I've left it one vlog, at least I've done one vlog. Maybe I can die happy now. Hopefully no one heard that. Who's a murderer and wants to kill me. Goodbye. Right, so I actually realise I don't know how to do a wide angle or the ultra wide video, so I will do that in the future, but hopefully this is good enough. Probably wasn't worth making a video about this, but I've done it now. This is quite cool actually. I like this woods. There's lots of ferns, as you can see. It's not as dense as the moor, but it's nice. It feels nice and fresh. And that's a cool tree. Look how gnarly those branches are. That's a cool tree. And that one. Anyway, yeah. Good camera, would recommend. Goodbye. Right, I have been in these woods now for quite a long time. So whoever finds this, please send it to my parents, so that they have the last images of me before I died. Oh, I think I'm at the end. Okay, I need to work out where I am. Right, I'm pretty sure I'm actually almost escaping. Oh wow, look at these mushrooms. Look how bright red they are. I wonder if they're edible or hallucinogenic in any way. Right, so how good's the video if you go really close in not ideal lighting? Pretty good. That is good video, isn't it? Wow. That's really good. Yeah, I think so far. Oh, my head. God, such a bad headache. Don't have COVID though, according to antigen test. yeah, very,
Nick
very
Clegg has
happy
obviously
with,
lost his way a bit.
the camera quality so far. Apart from that one issue with 4K 60 not going straight to SD. I guess this is because there's some bitrate limit in the motherboard or the chipset. If I think that's what you call it in a mobile phone. So I guess that might be the issue. So there'll be no way around it. But I will try. Because yeah, the image looks amazing, and even though it's just my face, I want to be making use of that. Anyway, you know, still a couple of hours footage, so that'll be good. Road, civilization. I mean, you could hear the cars anyways, but I think this means there's a bridge and I want to get to the other side of the river. Do I want to go now? I don't think so. Anyway, yeah, cool. I think I can already tell that this is kind of addictive, actually, to be on camera like this. I do want to do some amateur drama stuff and, you know, make sure I can't ever fulfill my dream of being an actor. So, but yeah, it's cool. I like it. I'm very pleased so far. Hopefully, I continue to vlog in the future and make this expensive phone worthwhile. And end of the walk with that lovely sun finally out. And that's my end point. Although I still have a bit more to walk. Anyway, goodbye. Until next time. Or found his way, perhaps.